Hello friends! Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see the story of one of the most inspiring journeys of our time. It's the story of J.K. Rowling, the woman behind Harry Potter. It's difficult to imagine a world without Harry Potter now, isn't it? The books, the movies, the magic. They've become part of our culture. But do you know how it all started? The story began in the early 1990s, and it started with a single mother named Joanne Rowling. She was just 32 years old. But her life wasn't full of magic. In fact, it was pretty ordinary and sometimes even difficult. She lived in a tiny one-bedroom apartment with her 4-year-old daughter Jessica and their cat. It was located in Edinburgh, the capital city of Scotland. To pay the rent, she scrimped and saved, working as an English teacher. Most days she spent her lunch breaks in a cozy cafe called Nick's, sipping coffee and writing stories. You might have heard the stories before. They were about a boy named Harry, who attended a school for witchcraft and wizardry, and his adventures with his friends, Ron and Hermione. Yes, we are talking about Harry Potter. Being a single mom wasn't easy, especially in those days. There were times when Jo, as her friends called her, couldn't afford to heat their small apartment or buy food for herself and her daughter. But even when things were tough, she had something no one could take away from her, a story in her heart that she refused to let die. Jo's journey as a writer was an unusual one. She didn't come from a wealthy family, and she didn't go to a fancy university. Instead, she wrote because it was her passion. Even when she faced challenges, like when her marriage ended and she found herself alone with a baby, she kept writing. She took every opportunity to put pen to paper. Writing in cafes, on scraps of paper, even while looking after her baby daughter. It wasn't always easy, but she was determined to succeed. She knew she had something special to share with the world. In the midst of all this, Jo met a Portuguese journalist named Jorge Arantes. They fell in love and got married in 1992. 2 years later, they welcomed their son David into the world. As her family grew, so did her responsibilities. But through it all, she never stopped writing. At the same time, she held on to her dream. Then came the day that changed everything. While staying at her sister's house in Devon, England, an idea struck her. Like a bolt of lightning, she had the idea to write a story about a boy wizard. Suddenly, the character of Harry Potter came to life in her mind. It was as if he stepped out of the pages of a book and said, "Here's my story, now write it." At that moment, Jo felt a surge of excitement and inspiration. This wasn't just another story. This was a world waiting to be created. So she grabbed a pen and a notebook and started writing. With each stroke, she brought the magical world of Harry Potter to life. She wrote about a young boy who discovered he was a wizard and his journey at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Jo poured her heart and soul into the story. She created a universe filled with wonder, adventure, and magic. After 3 years of hard work, she finished her first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. But she didn't stop there. She went on to write 6 more books, each more enchanting than the last. But here's where the real challenge began. Once she finished her book, she had to find someone who would believe in her story as much as she did. She started sending her manuscript to different publishing houses, hoping to find an editor who would take a chance on her book. However, she faced rejection after rejection. No one seemed to believe in her story. At first, she was disappointed, but she refused to give up. She knew that her book deserved to be read. Finally, after many attempts, her persistence paid off. A small publishing house called Bloomsbury agreed to publish her book. On June 26, 1997, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone hit the shelves. No one could have guessed the impact it would have. As soon as readers got their hands on the book, they were hooked. The story of Harry Potter became a sensation. Kids and adults alike fell in love with the magical world that Jo had created. The book was a huge success, selling millions of copies in no time. And this was just the beginning. Over the next few years, Jo continued to share Harry's adventures with the world. Each new book was eagerly awaited by fans. With every page, she transported readers to a world where anything was possible. Where good triumphed over evil, and where friendship was the greatest magic of all. The Harry Potter series became a global phenomenon. The books were translated into 80 languages and sold over 500 million copies worldwide. But the story didn't end with the books. The magical world of Harry Potter came to life on the big screen. Movies based on the books were produced, capturing the hearts of audiences worldwide. The films were a visual treat, bringing the characters and settings to life. For Jo, it was a dream come true. Seeing her characters and their adventures, shared with millions of people around the world, was beyond anything she could have imagined. The success of Harry Potter changed Jo's life in ways she could never have imagined. She went on to become the world's first billionaire author. But amidst all the fame and fortune, she remained the same humble writer who loved to tell stories. So what can we learn from Jo's story? First, we can learn that success is never easy. It comes with hard work and determination. Despite facing countless rejections, Jo never gave up on her dream. Her dedication and passion for writing kept her going. She showed us that no matter how many times you fall, you should get up and try again. Never let rejection hold you back. Instead, use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Remember, success often comes to those who dare to dream big and work tirelessly to achieve their goals. Jo's story also teaches us that you do need to come from a privileged background to achieve your dreams. All you need is passion and a willingness to work hard. She didn't let her challenging circumstances define her. Instead, she used them as motivation to succeed. Moreover, Jo's story is a reminder for all parents to encourage their children's dreams. She faced many challenges as a single mother, but she never compromised on her daughter's dreams. She understood the importance of supporting and nurturing one's child's aspirations. Lastly, Jo's story teaches us the true meaning of success. For her, success was not just about fame or fortune, but about sharing her love for storytelling with the world. She achieved that, and so much more. So friends, remember that, like Jo, you have the power to create your own success. All you need is a dream, determination, and the courage to follow your passion. Thank you for listening to my story today. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring stories. Also, let me know in the comments below what you think of the story. Do you know any other inspiring stories? Please share them with me and everyone else in the comments section. Before we part ways, I want to leave you with a quote that captures the essence of Jo's story. It is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. Thank you for watching. Till next time, stay curious, keep dreaming, and never stop believing in the power of your own story.